there are two things that I want to highlight in what you shared. One is, I have a friend at work who also has a son with special needs. And, I'm almost ashamed to say it, but I'm not going to judge myself. In that, I never realized the complexities of managing a career and a household where you have a kid with special needs.
Yeah.
And, I thought it was hard. It was hard being a professional with two kids, right? I'm like, oh my God, right? But nowhere near. And, sometimes we will sit and eat lunch. And the things that she talks about is not the logistics. The things that she talks about is, my son got bullied. I had to sit and talk to him and explain to him how he's perfect just the way he is. It's the emotional, right? And his emotional trauma is her emotional trauma times 10, I'm sure, as a parent, right? And a lot of times it's not even what was physically done to her son that really keeps her, almost in tears. It's the emotional element. And, obviously sometimes she needs to take time off, which is totally understandable. But if there's one thing that I could say from my experience, having been now exposed to just this most beautiful sunshine. She's a sunshine. If I could call anyone a sunshine, it would be her. Like, she's so beloved, right? Everybody adores her. But if there's anything I can say is, we all need to be a little bit more understanding in our workplace of the parents, of the mothers and the fathers that are dealing with kids with special needs. And if they need to take off, trust me, them being there for their child and their family is so much more important than attending any meeting, any work-related event. And let's just everybody have a little bit more patience, compassion, and empathy for these working parents, and that would be the only thing I can say, especially having gotten the exposure and really seeing it, what it's doing to her emotionally, not to even physically. So that's the one thing that I wanted to highlight. But the second thing that and you ended up having to leave your career. You had to stop being a teacher because of this, right? So we're losing, as a result of our lack of understanding, or having the flexibility, right, in our systems to accommodate parents with special needs. We're losing this brilliant talent because this brilliant talent can't continue to stay in the workforce because they feel like they can't, they're not performing up to par. We're not letting them feel like it's okay. Like, we understand and we get it, right? So it's a lose-lose on both sides, because I'm sure you would have loved to remain a teacher, and, but it's a lose-lose on both sides of the equation. So that's the first thing that I want to say. But the second thing that I want to also highlight is, all I could think about is just woman to woman, mother to mother, and what you went through each and every one of those times. And what do I hear you talk about? I'm there for my son. I'm worried about my son. I'm there for my husband. I'm worried about my husband, and I'm sitting and I'm like, and where is Joelle in all of that? Joelle gets to have a cry late at night, and then she has to wake up with a brave face and a smile on her, on her face, and just to like go and welcome the day and go and fight the system and go and be this firefighter, right? And I think that this is so common amongst women, especially. Not to stereotype, but I know especially amongst women, we just take on all the emotional burdens and all the logistical burdens. And I think that your story really highlights that, that self-sacrifice. Joelle doesn't matter, or Vicky doesn't matter. I went through the same journey, so like I know exactly what you're saying, right? So, but guess what? Joelle does matter.
I'm learning that now as I get older. I do matter. I need to make important.
A lot.